We get angry, what person doesn't have that moment where they just want to throw something?
I lost my mom at an early age when I was 8 years old. She left 7 children behind.
I was taking Jacob for a homecoming game.
It was my last homecoming game.
And I got really mad with him.
And then we ended up just yelling at each other.
When our personal walk is hurting, our kids hurt. What the enemy wants us to do is stop.
And I said, Jacob, I'm sorry, Jacob. Do you need your jacket, Caroline?
All right, everybody ready?
Yeah.
Oh, Jacob, you got a tournament today? Yeah. All right, I'll be picking. It's a busy family. We're active. The kids play tennis, so we do have to plan for that. Get in their clothes, get in what they need for practice, what time who's going to pick up who's going to take who. Tennis is a big part. Us 5 will play together whenever possible on the weekend. And even during the week when Sandra can get off work or it happens that both of us can be off, we'll take the kids together to the tennis courts and all the whole family plays tennis. We have 3 children, Jacob, Caroline, and David.
Tennis is kind of it for me. Just a lot of tennis. I've recently just got accepted to do a homeschooling program to allow me to play more tennis. Because that was a big issue last year, that I ended up missing a lot of school for tournaments. Try to give it a go at the pro circuit, kind of where I want to go.
Sandra is very good. I found out she was a national champ, and I think at age 10 or 11.
I was born in Monterrey, Mexico. I went to my first tournament when I was 9 years old. Usually I won the state every year, every 10, 12, 14, 16, 18s. And I went to regionals and I won regionals too. And the Lord blessed me with the opportunity to win some national championships too. It was part of our family tradition to go and play tennis. But now that I'm older, I can tell it was not just a tradition, it was a discipline. Because you're there by yourself, you need to control yourself, you need to be strong mentally, you need to fight, and you need to be determined. And all that teach me hard work and a lot of discipline.
I thank God also as well for putting me in the situation of playing tennis, because I've learned so many lessons, so many values from so many coaches, so many fellow players.
We usually go play tennis every single weekend together. I like being competitive, in all things. I like winning, and I get frustrated when I lose.
My mom, she's really serious about tennis, so I kind of get scared because I know if she's gonna start talking about what I'm doing wrong, and I'm like, oh, Mom, just let me play tennis.
I'm a very calm person, but being in the court is just another thing. Yeah.
I was born in northern Mexico, but I grew up here in Texas from the age of 7 and on. I lost my mom at an early age when I was 8 years old. She passed away in an accident. She left 7 children behind. So my dad raised us by himself. Really, we did not hear much about God or have anything to do with anything, a prayer life or the Bible or anything like that. It was just going to Catholic church a few times in our life.
The Lord blessed me with good parents. They love me, they take care of me. They teach me the best they can. Grew up in a Catholic private school with nuns.
She was very family, two parents, 3 children, very Catholic, very structured, very disciplined, very proper. That was a big contrast in our life. Mine was very unstructured, without a mother and a father who worked and just he did the best he could with 7 kids. But it was a lot more free-spirited and kind of go where you want. And I solved my own problems. I grew up very fast.
Right now, I'm high school parent, teacher, educator. 3rd year, working full-time. But before that, I stay home. And I really am thankful for the blessing of the opportunity for me to be at home with the children.
I went into the Marine Corps at age 18. During the time that I was stationed in Hawaii was where I came to know the Lord. I worked for a school district where I support the bilingual teachers in instruction and curriculum. I do staff development.
I think he's a great man. He has a great heart. Really, when they said that he take his shirt to give it to somebody else, that's a good example. A great blessing to be his wife, and for my children to have a father like him. I love him, but I have a great respect and admiration for him.
It was the first date, but the second time we met her, I invited her to go out to dinner. And just when we were sitting at dinner, I knew she was my wife. I just knew it. Sorry. Talking across the table, I said, "You're gonna be my wife. It's gonna be no doubt." It was amazing, the confirmation I had. Sandra's very gentle and very sweet-spirited. That's one of the very first things that attracted me about her. She's very caring and was very sensitive to what I was thinking and to what I felt, and she wanted to hear me out, and she right away showed great respect.
Obviously, we're humans. We argue, we have disagreements, we have our faults, we have mistakes. We get angry, you know. What person doesn't have that moment where they just want to throw something? You know, that's one thing that my dad tells me that like it'll help me like release my anger if I just forgive and show kindness to others when you're angry, regardless of how they treat you or what they did to you or how you feel or what situation you're in. Just forgive and be kind.
You're gonna have problems in life. You're gonna make mistakes, and people are gonna hurt you, and you're gonna hurt others. You gotta be able to get ready to forgive yourself, forgive others, and that's forgiveness from God, you know, because you will make mistakes and you will sin.
I was taking Jacob for a homecoming game.
It was my last homecoming game, and obviously I knew it was gonna be my last one since I'm not gonna be going to the school anymore.
And Ramiro said that he was looking forward to go to the game.
That morning when he got in the truck to take him to school, Dad's gonna be a great day. I'm waiting for the game tonight. It's gonna be exciting.
We were driving, and I didn't like the way he talked to Caroline.
Like, we started off, you know, normal, but then she said something, and then obviously I had to say something, and then things just sort of escalated, you know.
And I said, Jacob, I don't like the way you're talking to her.
And then we ended up just yelling at each other.
That's not respectful. I don't like the way you're talking to her. And we turned around, and I said, I'm going back home. No, but I want to go, and I was joking with her, and I got really mad with him, you know. And I shouldn't react like that, because I know that sometimes they joke and they play, but there's a line. He went to bed.
I went down and I said, he's really bummed out about it. For her to say, you're not going, and so on, so that's where she said, I didn't react right, I didn't handle this correctly.
Exactly.
It was an overreaction.
I went to sleep, but I went to sleep with a heavy heart, knowing that I didn't handle things in the right way. I was thinking and I was praying. I said, I'm gonna ask him that forgiveness. I'm gonna, please forgive me, Jacob, but I'm gonna ask him tomorrow morning. That's the first thing that I'm gonna do when he wakes up. And I was in the kitchen, and he just went out of his room, and when he saw me, he opened his arms to me. And I said, Jacob, I'm sorry, Jacob, that I wasn't nice with you yesterday and I overreact, and I'm sorry, Jacob. Oh, Mom, don't worry about it. And he hugged me. Died. And I said, Jacob, you taught me a great lesson in forgiveness. Thank you, Jacob. Don't worry, Mom. He said, like, you know nothing.
And then she apologized, but I also apologized myself because I was out of line. You know, I shouldn't have raised my voice at all or said anything back. I asked for forgiveness, she asked for forgiveness, you know, we made up, she's my mom. The fact is that we both love each other so much that, you know, we knew that none of it was, you know, for real.
I told Ramiro, maybe we're doing something right, Ramiro.
Sometimes parenting is difficult because you don't see the harvest, you know, right away. you don't see the fruits of all your labor, and it's one of the most toughest jobs in the world. But how it turns out and how it manifests itself, it's the Lord, you know, what He does, what He's doing in their hearts. Only He ultimately knows.
They always pray. We always pray as a family.
We do like devotionals on like Sunday morning.
Grace and forgiveness in my family is one of the biggest things. Grace, forgiveness, and kindness. Those three are probably the key things, the reason why we're so close.
I think it's really important because it's just like if you don't forgive someone, then you'll probably not be attached to them that closely.
They're doing a really good job. Like, they're always like asking us how we're doing like after school, and they always bring us closer to God.
I think they're doing great. I think I'm really blessed to have them.
I think they're doing a fantastic job, and yeah, I mean they're fantastic parents. I thank God for blessing me with the parents that He's given me.
It's really a blessing. It's really a blessing to see them, to see the fruit. Like Ramiro said, sometimes you cannot see the fruit right away, you know, but we can see their hearts. We can see their hearts, and that's a great blessing, and encourage us to keep working, to keep being close to the Lord.
When we're right with the Lord, everything else falls into place. When our personal walk is hurting, our kids hurt and our family hurts. What the enemy wants us to do is stop doing what we're supposed to do, and to discourage us, to think that it's no hope. And whenever the communication stops, the heart gets harder. And once you start getting hard in the heart, then you're disconnected. And after that, you don't even care. And it's over, and divorce happens, breakup happens, relationships are ruptured. The parents need to understand that they cannot give up, and they gotta continue. Even though the difficult day may be there today, tomorrow will get better. And so don't base it on just one moment, one defeat. Just stay in the fight and keep going and persevere. And Christ then will always be there. He will always be the answer, and He will always get us through if we continue. So stay in the fight and keep going.
In our own strength, it's not possible to be a good parent. But with God, the Lord give you that direction, that guidance. You sometimes you don't know what to do, but if you follow God, you're going in the right path. Just have a clean and sincere heart to the Lord, and He will guide you. And from there, I think you are in the right path.
Since like everyone gets in trouble all the time, forgiveness is pretty important because like God helps you come through it, and He says it's like all right.
Trusting and forgiving and being nice to each other gets us close.
I pray that Mom and Dad get closer to You, Lord, because when they get closer to You, Lord, we get closer to You as well.